Chicago Cubs news today.
What if the Cubs are about to add one of the hottest hitters in baseball right now? A major rumor is making the rounds, and it involves a frontline player who has been crushing the baseball over the past few weeks. This isn't just clubhouse gossip. There's logic behind it, there are front office connections, and there are real trade pieces involved. Stick with me until the end, because this could completely change the way we view Chicago's outfield. And what if I told you the biggest story in this trade isn't the player the Cubs want to acquire, but the player they're willing to give up? Matt Shaw's name has just surfaced as the centerpiece of a potential trade package. And that, my friend, changes everything. Okay, let me be honest with you. When I first saw this report, my immediate reaction was, the Cubs are looking for another left-handed outfielder. Seriously? We already have Ian Happ, Michael Conforto, and Seiya Suzuki. The outfield is more crowded than the parking lot at Wrigley during a Sunday day game. Then I read it again, and I saw the name they want to send to Boston. Matt Shaw. That's when I stopped, closed my laptop, opened it again, and thought, this isn't really about Duran. This is a signal from the front office about Shaw's future. And that's when things got really interesting. The Red Sox are going through a difficult stretch. They have 23 wins and 32 losses this season, sitting 12 games behind the Tampa Bay Rays in the American League East. But they're still only 4 games away from a wild card spot. In the middle of all that uncertainty, Jarren Duran has become one of the hottest hitters in baseball. Over his last 15 games, a .291 batting average, a .975 OPS, 8 extra base hits, and 4 home runs. Over his last 7 games, a .321 batting average. The guy has clearly heated up. And here's an important detail. Craig Breslow, Boston's chief baseball executive, is a former Cubs executive. He spent years working alongside Theo Epstein in Chicago. He knows the system, knows the people, and understands Jed Hoyer's negotiating style. That connection makes trade conversations much easier. Now I need to ask you, Bleacher Bums, do you still believe Matt Shaw is a major part of the Cubs' future, or have you seen enough signs to think the front office may have lost confidence in him? Because when analysts start mentioning a young player as the centerpiece of a trade package, that usually doesn't happen out of nowhere. Keep that thought in mind while we dive deeper into the numbers. Here's the Cubs' current situation. Ian Happ, Michael Conforto, and Seiya Suzuki are all entering the final year of their contracts. There are no active extension talks with any of them. None. At the same time, Kevin Alcantara, the organization's 5th-ranked prospect, is knocking on the door. The front office wants to accelerate his path to the majors. The rumored proposal looks something like this. The Cubs send Matt Shaw, James Triantos, the organization's 9th-ranked prospect, a left-handed hitter who can play second base and the outfield, and left-handed pitcher Riley Martin, the organization's 27th-ranked prospect, who is considered MLB ready. The Cubs receive Jarren Duran, would be the headline piece in the deal. He's versatile and can play multiple positions, exactly the kind of player Boston would want during a retooling phase. Triantos could become the future second baseman for the Red Sox alongside Franklin Arias, who is already viewed as Boston's shortstop of the future. And Martin? He's ready to contribute at the highest level right now. From the Cubs' perspective, the future outfield would become Pete Crow Armstrong, Jarren Duran, Kevin Alcantara. That's not just a good outfield. That's an outfield with postseason potential. Look, I've been rooting for Matt Shaw since before he reached the big leagues. I was defending him on fan forums when a lot of Cubs fans had already given up. But there comes a point when you have to be honest. If Jed Hoyer is willing to include Shaw as the centerpiece of a trade package, that doesn't happen by accident. Front offices don't casually place young players into leaked trade discussions unless they're genuinely open to moving them. That's a signal. Maybe they're testing the market. Maybe they're gauging fan reaction. But it's not a coincidence. As for Duran himself, his full season numbers aren't perfect. But his hot stretch over the last 15 games is absolutely real. An OPS approaching 1,000 over a 2-week span isn't just luck. This guy can hit. And with multiple years of team control remaining, you won't have to mortgage the entire future to acquire him. My cardiologist has already asked me to stop analyzing Cubs trade deadline rumors. He says my blood pressure spikes every time Jed Hoyer holds a press conference. But this is a trade I can genuinely support. Was meaning triso, advisbit ingo stating traxteris maybeers.
Is Honsonos.
So let me finish with the question that really matters. If the Cubs make this trade, will you regret losing Duran 2 years from now? Or will you regret letting Matt Shaw go? Let me know in the comments. Northside Nation, the microphone is yours. And before you go, take a look at the link in the description and the pinned comment. It's a partnership with MLB Shop and Fanatics. If you're a Cubs fan, you'll find some gear there that you're going to love. I guarantee it.